York. I'm not sure if the Knicks did. The crowd was insane. It jumped through the television set, and they go on to beat Atlanta and even the series, and the Knicks are completely limited. I mean, the Knicks roster's a flea market. It's everybody else's secondhand stuff. I mean, it's vinyl records, it's old furniture, it's used clothing, it's incense. I mean, Nerlens Noel, he's a Sixer. No, he's a Knick. Alec Burke, he's going to be huge for the Jazz. No, he's a Knick. Derrick Rose, Taj Gibson, aren't they Bulls? Alfred Payton, Orlando Magic, Julius Randle, Lakers didn't want him. It's a flea market. It's everybody else's secondhand stuff, and that never, ever wins in the NBA big, ever. It's the opposite of what wins in the NBA. You want everybody else's stars. You don't want a flea market, and yet they're winning because of belief, the crowd, the momentum. What do the kids say? How it started? We're going to get Zion, KD, and Kyrie. How it ended? We have R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Derrick Rose. And it's winning. It's a 4 seed in the East. I was thinking about it this morning. Why are the Knicks so easy to root for? If the NBA playoffs were just one big family dinner with all the teams in there, LeBron would be head of the table. He'd be the patriarch. You listen to LeBron. KD, Kyrie, Harden, and Brooklyn would be the weird cousins who may or may not show up. You're not sure. They made their money in cryptocurrency. They've got a lot of AMC stock. The Clippers are the family member that always shows up and promises, ooh, big things are coming in my career. I'm about to finally hit it. A lot of promises. And the Knicks, they're like grandpa. They talk about the old days, harmless, just so damn happy somebody invited them to the dinner. They're just likable. They tell stories about the good old days. Nobody's really threatened by the Knicks winning the title. Everybody likes Grandpa, right? And Grandpa's just happy that he got invited still. He has to hang around all the cool, popular kids. The Knicks last night, people in New York were climbing on light posts. They won a playoff game in the first round at home to even a series. And I find the Knicks, I just find it to be a great story. Remember we watched Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, and that was about greatness. The Knicks are the last chance, if there's a documentary. A bunch of these guys on the roster, they failed the first couple times. It's their last chance to do something special and cool in the NBA playoffs. Taj and Derrick and Burke and Nerlens Noel and Julius Randle. And there's just something easy to put your arms around. We all missed fans, and we knew it as we talked about this. If sports is better when it has juice. Boy, the Madison Square Garden is just the greatest example of the impact and the importance and the flavor that fans can give you. Fantastic. These teams aren't going anywhere, by the way. They're going nowhere. But it doesn't matter. It's a really fun first-round playoff series. Okay. Every Monday I do where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. And it's about 5 of one, 5 of the other. And this one, I thought I was going to have to wait May, June, July, August, September. 4.5, 5 months. I had to wait 5 days. Urban Meyer, according to reports, might use Tim Tebow in a Taysom Hill-like quarterback role in the Wildcat packages. That didn't take long, did it? The circus. The circus is in town 5 days in. When I said be careful about Tebow, Trevor Lawrence going to have a bad October, look at their schedule, and you all said, Colin, he's just a tight end. I said, no. It's very hard to prepare for delusion. If you can't relate to something, it's hard to prepare for something. Like Black Friday at Walmart. You hear about it. I can't really relate to people staying overnight to get a mattress or a cool shirt. I can't really relate to that. I just go the next day and get it. So you can't prepare for it if you're normal, that you would literally stay overnight to get a phone or something, or a television or something. And then you see it on television and there's fist fight and it's WWE and you're like, I don't really, how would you can't prepare for something you can't relate to. I can't relate to watching a quarterback that's awful and thinking he's Tom Brady. So I can't even relate to the Tebow stuff. The idea that he's going to be Taysom Hill, yet Taysom Hill runs a 4.4. In August, Tebow is 34. Tebow has spent the last 4 years in the NFL like getting yards and winning games. Tebow has not been in the NFL in 8 years. They have nothing in common. I'm not even going to get into their stats. One complete 70% of his throws, 147. One has a passer rating in the 90s, one in the 70s. I'll just be nice. But Trevor Lawrence, he doesn't understand it. Because Trevor Lawrence was 13 when the Tebow delusional tour took place in Denver. He was only 13, so he's all on board on this stuff. Here's Trevor Lawrence.
He looks great. You can tell he's just a guy that you want to be around. Character is awesome. Just had a few conversations with him, and I can already tell. And then just a hard worker. You know, no one's going to work harder than him. And those are the kind of guys you want in your locker room and that you want to be around every day. And then I'm excited to see what he does on the field as well. We've got a few days, and he looks great. He's in awesome shape.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence has no idea. You cannot prepare for something that you can't relate to. Tim Tebow, Champ Bailey made 12 Pro Bowls. Champ Bailey is one of the best top 10 corners in league history. Champ Bailey was great. I know Champ a little bit. Champ Bailey came out yesterday and he said, I was there with Tebow in Denver. He's infectious, but he's just not an NFL quarterback. He said, I've known a lot of guys like that. They've got all the qualities in the weight room and the leadership, but like they're not NFL quarterbacks. Tebow's not an NFL quarterback. He's just not. But I think this is Jacksonville is never interesting. There have been moments in their history where they've been kind of good. The Blake Bortles defense, that's kind of good. AFC Championship game. Mark Brunell teams, Jack Del Rio or Tom Coughlin was a coach. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They've never, even when they were good, though, been captivating. I mean, did you buy a Jags jersey during the Mark Brunell run? Were you there cheering for them to get to the Super Bowl, or did you want the Steelers or Brady to get there? I will say this. The NFL, even their franchises that feel like 2 to 3 years away from moving to London are interesting. Tebow may be used at quarterback. But Trevor Lawrence, go look at that Jaguars October schedule. 5 straight winning teams, 5 straight Super Bowl contenders. They're probably going 0-5, and the chance will come raining down in a stadium that's 2 hours from where Tim Tebow was the most iconic college football player in the history of college football. All right, so Alex Smith said something yesterday on our show that got a lot of play, and it's interesting.